Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. So I'm going to be demonstrating for you how to create a blow dry with volume, movement and curl. I'm going to use some of the styling foam to help prep the hair, just because it's a little bit damaged, as well as some of the volumizing tonic, both from Aveda, to help create some volume. Let's get started. Now you can either section into the middle and then work up. However, if you find that the hair is a bit long, it's taking you a little bit longer to dry, you may find yourself getting lines where the hair is parted across. So you can also work up this way to ensure you don't get that parting line in the middle. So section, I'm going to take about 1 inch, depending on how thick the hair is and the hair's density. If we take our sections too thick, you're going to find that the hair won't dry properly. So in some places you'll start to burn the hair, and in others you'll still be a little bit damp. So I'll work this into about 3 different sections into my round brush. I need to ensure that I'm focusing on the root area first when I'm drying this, and ensure that I'm getting enough volume through this. But at no point do I ever let the brush slip off. So I have to ensure that I've got constant tension all the time. So here's my first section. Then I want to give that a few seconds just to cool down, because obviously because of the metal of this is going to heat up the hair. So that's what's going to help create our curl. So if you notice at no point I ever let the brush slip off, I had constant tension throughout. So now I'm about ready to take this out. So I should now have my curl. To that. So in order to hold this into place, I'm now going to pin curl this on base. So I'm going to wrap this around, if you can see. Wrap that around like that. And we're going to come in, and I'm going to pin curl this to the base so I can create some volume. So I'm going to secure this into place. So that's my first section, and I'm going to work 2 more across here. And then when I come up to the next one, I'm going to do this in a brick-like pattern. So I want to ensure that my next section would be in there. That will avoid any lines. So now I'm going to come across the next section. I'm going to divide this in the middle. So then I'm coming into like a brickwork type pattern. And as below, repeat the same. Okay, so now that's my back section complete. I'm now going to work through to the sides. So with the sides, I could either do this in the direction I want the hair to go. So for instance, if I wanted the hair to come forward, I could blow drying this forward. If I wanted it to come back so it's framing off the face, I would blow dry it this way. So depending on the angle that I want it to go. So for the sake of today, we're just going to have this all coming down. This is the point where you want to be asking your client where they'd like to wear it. Now obviously this hair is in need of a good cut. So we're going to find, if you probably noticed, but as I was working up the head before, some of the ends were particularly wispy. In some areas it was almost sort of broken where there wasn't quite enough hair. So obviously this is going to make a factor when you're doing your blow dry with how much tension you're going to use to avoid any further damage or breakage to the hair. So. So yeah, just because the hair is particularly long, I am just going back after, just to ensure that the brush cools down on it, so I can set that curl. Bringing the hair out. Now securing my pin curl on base. So the reason for on base is that it gives us the volume. And then going to continue working up the head. So now working on my very top section. So because we want the maximum volume, so we can do this coming back. But this would be obviously depending on your client requirements. So if they want to wear it to one side, or they don't want too much volume, or in the middle. So just while that's cooling down, I'm just going to recap what we did. So we started at the back section, we worked up the head using a brickwork. When I got to the crown, I then started at the sides. So I did 2 sections up from one side, then 2 sections at the other, and then I worked at the crown. So I want to ensure that my outline shape, first of all, has that structure to it before I start building up from there. Then I went onto the top section, and then I was always, because the hair is quite long, and a little bit fluffy, I've been going through and letting the hair cool down a bit after, and also just going back to smoothing that over, just so I can get the that end result that I want to achieve with the volume, movement and curl. Then finally we just secure this into place using a barrel curl, and my barrel curl is doing that on base, so I keep the volume, I'm not crushing that down. So you can see that's lots of volume I've kept in here. I can also do a pin curl for flat movement, but that would be a completely different type of look. So then lastly, for the front, so we'll do this, so we're wearing it off slightly to one side. Okay, so I'm now going to take out my set. So if you remember before that the hair was quite fluffy and it's frizzy, broken in places, so using our styling products and with using our tension, we're really able to create a beautiful smooth finish with still creating the volume and curl that we wanted to achieve. So when we're taking these out of the hair, just be delicate that we don't pull it, and just let the hair fall. And then we can lightly just tease that into place and remove any marks